Gamers! Welcome back to another stream. Still here. I just realized I've not untied my ears. Like, give me a second. But we are still here with the final, probably, chapter of this challenge. I hope it's the final one. I have to beat like 6 bosses total. So, yeah, my ears. Yeah, I didn't untie my hair. I usually have them tied at the desk, especially in summer. But I like having them untied. I can do another Gamers, Joe. Gamers! But yeah, we're here. Last part of this challenge where I'm trying to beat every boss in the games and make like a tier list of them. And it's just dawned on me that I will have to edit like 30 hours of footage. So let's get this over. I started Elden Ring. This is brain rot, by the way. I just started Elden Ring, so it will take a minute for the game to actually start. And I hide everyone here. And yes, we do have a Discord. In case you want to join, link is in the description. It's free for now, it may change in the future. But for now it's free, so feel free to join. Now, if I actually start Dark Souls 3... Anyway, let's say Dark Souls 3. If you missed the previous streams, I mean, you missed like 6 of them. But if you missed the very last stream that was all on Dark Souls 3, in like about 4 hours and a half, we beat the main game and the Nameless King. So like the bonus area of the main game. So it should work, So now we should only have to do the DLCs. And I mean, in case... Okay, let's start the timer. And yeah, we just have to beat the DLCs, so it won't take too long, I think. Probably, maybe. Maybe it shouldn't, maybe it will. But like, it shouldn't. We deleted the bosses up until now, also, like, just to be clear. We absolutely deleted the bosses up until now, because I went for the Cell Swords and I went all dexterity, and I forgot how broken that build was in this game. But for now, we can just run and go for... Where was the entrance? The first DLC? I don't remember the entrance of the first DLC. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm trying to do the game in kind of what I believe is the intended order. Because, yeah, we are making tier lists of the bosses. But the idea is like... If you show up at the second boss in the game with plus 10 weapons, it's going to be hard to actually have like a proper tier list, a proper idea of how the boss fight goes. That said, this is Dark Souls 3, this is out of the 3, the game I know the best. I'm actually pretty good at this game, honestly. So yeah, for this one I could have just made a tier list probably, but I find it fun, and specifically with like Dark Souls 2 that I haven't played in years. Hadn't played in years, I guess. Like some boss fights I would have given a completely different like evaluation if it wasn't for if I hadn't replayed them recently. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Now I never remember, can I just skip this whole area if I go to the left? Because I don't think I should be able to. But I have my doubts sometimes for this area. The intended order would be... SS, I'm assuming it's this DLC before... No, wait, I'm confused. The intended order would be... SS, I have no idea what it is. Before DLC, but the first time Game Plus in the social condition people to always do SS last, I think. Oh, you mean the Soul of Cinder? That is... SC? I mean, yeah, the Soul of Cinder is probably supposed to be the... before the DLCs. But at the same time... I don't know, I like doing the final boss last, basically. Even though, yes, I do agree the Soul of Cinder is easier than, like, free the Orgyle by a long shot, actually. Now, I hope I'm not going the wrong way. Because I might be going the wrong way. But yeah, I will do the Soul of Cinder last. Also, the little tidbit of trivia, like if you're making a video, like on Dark Souls or whatever else, you also want to keep the final boss for last, because if people know the game and actually like are watching the video, it's kind of dumb, but I always think like if people see that I'm beating the final boss and there are a bunch of stuff left in the game, I think they're conditioned to like click off the video because they're like, oh, okay, I don't care. I mean, I've seen the final boss, so the game is beaten. But at the same time, I feel like you should do all bosses in most runs. Some of the runs. Or at least do the hardest bosses. Like you're doing a, I don't know, especially hard challenge. I feel like doing the final boss or the hardest possible bosses in the series makes sense like for a challenge. But then again, depends on the game, on the challenge, and if it's doable, how proficient you are at the game, like many things. But yeah. Guile works nicely as a final boss though. Yeah, I think Guile is... I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure Guile is basically the final boss of the series. Like straight up the final boss of the series. He even says the Dark Soul. Like, the fact that he says Dark Soul almost looks like a meme to me. But yeah, also I love Guile. We'll get to him, but I love Guile. Now, here we just have to run around a bunch. Okay, it was crashing again. Here we have to run around a bunch, I guess. And the Champion Grave Tender probably not going to be that big of a deal. But Frida might be actually pretty a tough boss. There are a couple of ways to choose Frida in case you've never seen them. She's like one of the most human or like NPC like enemies in the game. Specifically because you can headshot her with arrows and she staggers. You can backstab her. So like she acts like a normal NPC. And this means that you can also perma-stagger in phase 1 with arrows to the head. Because it's like, it's very fun. You can actually do it and it's very fun. For the fairness of the fight, I won't do it, but like technically it's a possibility. Also, I believe you can even do it in phase 3. Perma-stagger with the arrows. Like, not 100% sure if that's actually doable in phase 3. And where was the bonfire here? Okay. Bing, chilling. But yeah, so Frida is okay. We're going to have to fight the guy here. Don't even remember his name. Wait, how did we traverse this area again? Down here, maybe? Yeah, okay, down here. So yeah, not super rash in these games, but it's okay. And we'll have to fight. So I'm not scared of the Grave Tender. Kind of scared of Frida. But like, relatively. Did I beat the Soul of Cinder? No, I did not beat the Soul of Cinder yet. I will leave the Soul of Cinder as the final boss of the series, I think. Fight, not build him the intended way by having him fall down. I mean... Also, is it... I don't know why it's lagging. Did I leave something open? It's like the third time it, like, chugged a bunch and it froze. No idea. Hope it doesn't happen more, but... I mean, I guess it also crashed yesterday. So, like... Oy. Okay, just open the gate. Open the gate, it's okay. I love Dark Souls 3. Can just quit out. Yeah, it was only lagging in those moments, or do you see the stream actually lagging? Because it, like, for me it froze basically twice up until now. But yeah. Random fun fact, you never managed to beat Frida. She's a tough boss, yep. She's actually a tough boss. I think it's doable, but like, yeah, skill issue. Mainly, it's always skill issues, but You'll see how free the dice today, hopefully. Like half an hour, maybe less. By the way, Sir Wilhelm, or Wilhelm, maybe. Tough enemy, actually. I know that many people are scared of him. That is mainly because you meet him so early in the game. That like you can get here very, very early, and he's obviously meant to be someone that kills you if you meet him very early, but... Now, okay, he healed himself. Backstab? No? Okay. Oh, okay, we got a Phantom meat that if we were playing online, Wilhelm would be so damn salty. Now heal. Good.
My lady.
Good. From one Francis to another. You're also named Francis? Play the game many times, never with the Sellsword Twin Blades. Oh, they are so strong. The Twin Blades are so incredibly strong. Oh yeah, it's close. So incredibly strong. But yeah. Can't you chain L2 into a weapon art with these blades? Too broken? Can you? I know you can do this and it has a follow-up and it's pretty fast. I don't know if you can actually chain them together. Now the big question is, will I get lost here? Running through the area, or will I actually manage to remember what's the correct path? I already feel like this is wrong. I don't know. It's okay. We survived going through the Dark Souls 2 areas. We can just like... We can also go through these areas, I believe. Like, I did the Shrine of Amana. Nothing in any other game compares to how much Shrine of Amana sucks. And also I've been getting a niche of playing Baldur's Gate 3 that is like huge. We talked about it on stream yesterday. And ever since then, and I see like clips on Twitter, sorry, clips on X and stuff about Baldur's Gate 3, and I want to play that Baldur's Gate 3 so damn bad. So maybe I will actually go and play it. I don't know. But yeah, have you been playing Baldur's Gate 3? Are you big, like, Dungeons and Dragons heads? I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for... past 10 years, I guess. Never with like a super regular group. Like I had a regular group. Oh, I forgot to open that one up. I had a regular group for like the first couple of years. So then we kind of seen each other and played role-playing games like 2-3 times a year, maybe 4. Am I drunk? Where am I going? I think I have to just go higher. So, but now for the past year, I've been getting back into D&D with a stable group of friends, and it's actually a blast. 3rd, 4th, or 5th, I've played. So like 10 years ago, I was playing 3.5, and I played 3.5 for a bunch of years. Then I played a bunch of other tabletop games, role-playing tabletop games, like... I mean, they are Italian ones, so I don't think you will know them, but this one is an amazing game. It's called the Sine Requiem, Latin for without rest. And it's basically... Okay, it's a zombie game. It was made like 15 years ago. Basically, the idea is... after the D-Day, like the day of the D-Day, the dead came back alive, and it's like sees how Europe and like the rest of the world like changed and transformed after the D-Day. Like in Italy, for instance, the church came to power because they're like, oh, this is the apocalypse, so like we were right, and they reject all form of technology. In Germany, obviously, there's like the Fourth Reich. And it's an amazing game, it has amazing mechanics, it's a horror game, it's fantastic. The problem with Sinerequie is that, I mean, it's Italian, so it's not super well known outside of Italy. And that they tried to pitch the game like to get German like publishers, but like it's a game with Nazis. Obviously the German publishers are like no shot I will publish your game. And like Italy and Germany, I mean Germany specifically for like tabletop games, is the big developer and publisher of games here. So like obviously the fourth track, I mean they were in power, there was the D-Day. It makes sense they consolidate power. But yeah, it's an amazing game, so if you are into role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, and you're Italian, because I don't think they ever translated it in any other language, I would say give it a shot. It's a horror game, it's tough, it's almost goofy at times, with how easy it is to die in that game. But still, I would say give it a shot. It's a great game. And, can I level up again? Now it's... I think we are going to fight the Grave Tender first, before Frida. But yeah, and nowadays I'm playing mainly 5th edition. I'm mastering. And, oh, is this the chapel? I'm mastering, and I've played with my group. We did the how is it called? Waterdeep Dragon Heist that I would highly suggest. It's a fantastic campaign. And after the Waterdeep Dragon Heist, we went straight into the one set in space. I don't remember the wait. No, I don't know. I don't have the cover book near me. We went straight into the one set in space. Don't remember the name, but it's fun. And now we will play probably some other game. And Spelljammer, yeah, thanks. We played Spelljammer, The Light of Xarixis, the campaign. And now we are going to basically reset the campaign. We'll probably go for Storm King Thunder, because I don't really have time to write. I used to always write like homebrewed adventures. I don't really have time to go with a full homebrew adventure. And my players are not novices, but not like super experienced players. So I like having a pre-written campaign with some form of railroading pre-meant inside. But I honestly, I don't know, like... Game mastering wise, I think my biggest talent is making up stuff on the spot. Like... Oh, I'm dead? Yeah. Like, my players sometimes ask if stuff that happened was on purpose, or did I make it up? And, I don't know. So that's cool. D&D, that stuff is for nerds. Anyways, I'm gonna sort out my MTG collection. I also play Magic the Gathering, but yeah. Also, okay, so... Since it's a hot topic, do you miss something? Oh, actually not that much. We just went around Ariandel. And we are going to fight the Grave Tender if I can manage to go down the tree without dying. Actually, there is this new card game. There's this new card game called Lorcana. It is by Disney. And it's like 75% of the game's soul, I feel like, is Magic the Gathering. And it looks cool. They debuted it at Gen Con. And it's not yet available, like, for publishers and stuff. It will become available, like, I think, August 15 for retail stores. September 1st, I would say. For, like, big retail publishers. Like, vendors. And it's, I don't know. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty fun. I don't love the rat, also known by his formal name, Michael Mouse. But the game looks very fun, and I think it might be a good beginning point to get more of my friends into Magic the Gathering. I will let them play Lorcana, and then I'll be like, haha, haha, now let's play Magic, now let's play Commander. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. We'll see. I see a bunch of Magic the Gathering players like super into it, super excited. We'll see. Also, I'm not sure if LSV designed it or not, but... Now, this is the Champion Grave Tender. So this fight is kind of weird, if you've never seen it. Basically, you get inside the arena, he's just there, and he has a bunch of... That guy is the Champion Grave Tender. There's a bunch of wolves in the arena, they do respawn. They're easy enemies, they're just annoying, like they force you to... They force you to basically take them out early. Now, I got a little unlucky. So usually, like, the Grave Tender is pretty passive at the beginning. So if you don't get unlucky with the wolves dancing around, you can usually take out the wolves on their own. But it's kind of annoying. Now, look at this design. He has a shield, he has no pants. Like, it's like an NPC. When they showed him in a trailer, people thought this was the fight where you can invade other players and play as the Grave Tender. Also, he has a symbol near his name, I have no idea why. But yeah, the design is horrible. He kind of fights like a PvP player. In phase 1 he has a shield and sword. Then in phase... And that means he keeps on rolling away. He has shield and sword. In phase 2 he will use magic. But he's stronger with shield and sword, to be completely honest. Now that he's dropped to half HP, he will summon a dog. It's fun. He should summon the dog by whistling, but sometimes, like if you are hurting him too much, the dog just shows up. Ah, there I missed a riposte, it's okay. See, so he didn't whistle, but the dog did show up. Now... Okay, I managed to kill him. Fighting them 2-on-1, horrible. They're not designed to be fought 2-on-1, honestly. And the dog alone is also annoying because he keeps dashing around. And it's kind of hard to intercept him. Like, to actually, like, punish him after you dodge. Not super hard, obviously. Okay, and the dog decided to be just killed with a riposte. The music is incredible, the weapon drops are cool. He's very annoying though. Like, he's actually very annoying. And yeah, he drops this... The weapon he drops is actually a combo. I can't use it, but it's a... Like a twin weapon, when if you two-hand it, you have both of them. And this is the... heavy attack. Who cares? So let's talk about the fight. It went very, very easy. Very easy. Honestly. It's not a good fight. Just let me be clear. Then, like, Obama that disappears. But let me be clear, it's not a good fight. So, it's annoying because every time you get in... Okay, there's not a run to the boss fight, like, it's 4 meters. It's annoying because every time you get in, though, you have to kill the 3 dogs, the 3 wolves. You can't really fight him with the 3 wolves around. It just makes no sense, basically. So it forces you to be a little passive. Then you have to fight him. And if you manage to take him out, that's good. If he just dodges away, it's annoying because then you have to fight him again with the wolf, and fighting him with the wolf is very bad. Like, they don't wait for each other. The dog charges at you with huge hitboxes, and he tries to stab you here and there. So usually, like, if you can't kill them, you want to go in the middle area, hide behind a pillar, and hopefully, like, the dog misses you while you make minced meat of the Grave Tender. And it also has the problem that he fights like a NPC. My problem with the NPC is that he can decide to just like roll 10 times in a row. You show up here with a bow, you're gonna have a bad time because he will try to roll from every attack. You show up with like spells, he will probably roll every single spell unless you punish cast. When he's trying to cast, you punish him. So he acts very annoyingly. So I think it's a D tier fight. I don't know if it's better than this. Okay, so another thing. So, by that reason, it would be D tier, like mid D tier. But I hate the fact that you show up here, it's paid like you paid for this DLC. full price, so like 15 euros. There's this dumb boss fight that makes no sense, is just there for no reason, and you have to pay for it. And that is one of the best boss fights in the game, but we'll get to it. I hate the fact that, I think paid content should be kept at a higher quality than the base game. Like, you're making the base game, you have 20 bosses in the base game. I get that maybe 1 or 2 of them are a doozy. It happens, okay? You had to fill your boss quota. I had to pay for a DLC, and this is half the boss fights in the DLC? Really? A dumb guy with no pants in the snow with like a wolf? That's bad. That's bad. I think he goes in bottom D tier just because it's paid content. He goes bottom D tier because it's paid content. Is it a fair evaluation? Probably not. Do I care? Probably not. Also, it's not a fair deal. So, but yeah. So I don't like any design choice in this boss. And by the way, also in case you didn't play at the time, the community was insanely angry because they basically showed everything about the DLC in the trailer. So like, the Dark Souls 3 DLCs are now held in high regard, like they're considered good DLCs. Back in the day, people were understandably angry because this first DLC was basically like all shown in the trailer. Yeah, I have an unused ring slot. Yeah, I know. I don't remember which. Did I teleport to Fighting Shrine? I don't remember which other rings are in this game. I'll be honest. So yeah, these like they even showed Frida's Phase 3 in this DLC, in the trailer of the DLC. So I don't know. DLC. Talking about DLC, when will the Shadow of the Earth 3 release? So, she's Frida. Hi Frida. This is Big Bang Isle. Spoilers, I guess. So we can try and take them out. I can get them. I do have the milk ring. Didn't the milk ring give me less? Oh no, it's the other one gives you. The other one gives you that you take more damage. My problem with the milk ring is that people get confused, and I get confused during a fight because you don't see where I'm going, so you go without it. But yeah, it would be the right choice. Look, Veriandel, we do need to see the beginning of the DLC, else chat will yell at me. The beginning of the cutscene, so let's watch the beginning of the cutscene.
Bring Frida to me, please.
Yeah, the 2 Cartus rings are cool.
Canst thou not see?
You will, if you've never seen this cutscene, you'll get in a second why I'm showing the cutscene.
Blood surge. I can see it. Feel it.
What kind of cereal do I think Ariander has with this milk? Please tell me the joke. Are you ready? She's cool, first of all. Yeah! Woo, 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 woo. Okay, Frida. Sister Frida. It's a weird fight. I have to remember how to fight her. Because she's not a common fight. Like, you have to... No, okay, I was... My brain still acts like I'm fighting her... Oh, no. Like I'm fighting her with only... miracles? Ooh, I can't sidestep that one? Okay, where does she go? Behind us? And now we can, like, maul her, basically. But yeah, I don't really remember that. Like, this is a dash. I knew it was and I didn't dodge it. Also, yes, you can backstab her, in case you're wondering. I wanted to show it to you, but... She's... Okay, that's a grab attack. Basically, if you let her charge up too long, she will do that attack. And she's interesting because I keep thinking that's not a swipe. She's interesting because yeah, that's a backstab. Ah, that's dumb. I want to do the other backstab. When she hits some enemies in these games, after you hit them, sorry, after you get hit, you have enough time to hit them back and then they dodge. She doesn't. And she, after you hit her a bunch, she has like some hyper armor and tries to take you out. So she's actually like a pretty smart enemy. Now this is phase 2. Father Ariandel and Frida together. Now you want to separate them. As you can see, they have a singular health bar, so no matter which member of the family you're fighting, I'm almost dead. No matter which member of the family you're fighting, it's going to be okay. You just have to take out one of them, but you need to have them separated. So usually, like a smart idea is to, yeah, wait for Ariandel to charge at you, while hopefully Frida stays back. Also, if you did enough damage to Ariandel, he will stagger. So, it's a big attack. Okay, this should be phase 2. Again, my damage is pretty high. Oh yeah, basically, she was trying to heal. So, she can heal the both of them if you are not careful. If you're not careful, she can heal the both of them. That's kind of annoying. And I will use this one. Okay, she's waking up. And now we have to dig her out. There I got hit because I tried to greedily hit her after she hit me, and she saw that and she went along with the combo. Okay, now this is actually great moment to deal damage. Oh wait, she didn't do that. Whatever. Yes, so basically she turns invisible a couple of times, then dashes around, then tries to do her like charged attack. That's that one. And you do have, like, you actually have time to, I wouldn't say like kill her, but you can deal a lot of damage. That's a grab. And as you can see, if you dodge too far away from her... Okay, clean backstab. If you dodge too far away from her, she will manage to, like, not be punished. That's a grab. Okay, I think I survived. Oh yeah, not even that much damage. So yeah, if you dodge too far away from her because, like, you're scared, she will not be able, you will not be able to punish her. Got hit by the late frames of the explosion. Okay, so I basically have no more HP. That explodes. Oh, I rolled too early. It's a tough fight. It's actually a tough fight. You cannot damage the healing even at level 1 with a +10. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Kind of choked there. Ah, I didn't know she did. You could find the ring. Ah, we'll equip the ring. So I died. It happens. The face transition cutscene screen. I didn't know it was like that well regarded of a scream, honestly. And the OST is great, but honestly, like, all the OSTs are fantastic in this game. Like, downright amazing. See there, she hyper armored through my attack. She actually like does that pretty often and like obviously on purpose. She went to the right. You can see where she's going by where her like where the snow goes after she goes back. Like if snow goes to one side, undead? No. Well, if the snow goes to one side, you know it means she's dashing to that side. So now we know she jumped. I never remember, like the backstab spot is weird because it's not behind her, it's to one side. I just don't remember which side it is. And I deal more damage with a backstab because I can get a hit in after the backstab, like guaranteed. Maybe it's here? Yeah, see, it's a bit weird. So after a backstab, you can charge up an attack. If you have the right timing, you'll stagger her. And it's okay. And she can decide to dash out of your attacks. It's hard to perma stagger her, basically. Again, phase 2. Okay. And did they skip the cutscene again? I'm sorry, Joe. Oh. Okay, he's pouring lava around. Also, yeah, it's interesting because they have a good, like, in this game, frost and fire interact in an interesting way. That is, when you're frozen, you take more damage for a while, and you cannot be frozen again. If fire damage hits you, you are not frozen anymore, and you can get frozen again. And like, when you get frozen, you take a bunch of damage on the spot. So they work together in that sense. Yeah, this is Ariandel, 7 years for Friede. Do we go all in? Let's use an Ember. Also, can Sister Friede bleed? And this is annoying. When he says, when the ashes are too aflame alighteth, you cannot open the menu, you cannot open up the menu, because it's like a talk prompt and you can do it. For whatever reason. Let's go behind her. Not have dodged. I probably would have done the same thing without dodging, but it's okay. Oh, that's scary, actually. So yeah, it's a boss you have to dodge away from in order to be able to heal, but it's scary to dodge away from. So first attack when she's invisible. Second attack when she's invisible. Then she ran away again, and now she's charging the big attack. That was lucky. Okay. And in all these instances, you could go for backstabs. They are not that hard to get, actually. They're pretty good damage-wise. Depends on your weapon. Like, if you have a super heavy weapon, the fight still works because... the fight still... I hailed in her face. That was a biscuit, honestly. That's a grab catch, by the way. The fight still works if you have a super heavy weapon because you can get a backstab easily. And obviously backstab with super heavy weapon, it's a lot of damage. And you usually always have time to have a follow-up attack after. Now I'm playing very badly, by the way. That attack is annoying. That attack is very hard to dodge, actually, because you have to dodge both the explosion part and the like swipe part. Okay, she's here. Oh no! Oh wait, she basically got a full combo. Oh! She backdashed my backstab. As you saw, I got the backstab animation, but it didn't actually connect. Okay, like one hit and she dies, one hit and I die. Who wins, who loses, Mortal Kombat. And that's it. Oh. I saw. Huh? Got greedy. Ah, Sister Frida. Sister Frida, how much do I hate you? Choked? No, she survived at, like, literally 1 HP. But I do want to have a Divine Blessing here. But yeah. Okay. Frida again. And you can start to see one problem with the fight. You're like fighting at all cylinders going here in phase 3. Like super pumped about it. And then you get back to fighting her like phase 1, then you have to slog through phase 2. Yeah, the fight is a bit too long. Also, that attack being a roll catch is so annoying. I got used again to Dark Souls 3. Okay, so, the circle button in my controller, I think, allows me to go through attacks without taking damage. I didn't know that. The problem is that I don't think it's actually a roll catch. Like, it is a roll catch, but I believe I can just mash roll and she dies. Okay, she's in the corner, so she probably will dash backwards and die. More or less. Not full HP. See, not being full HP is annoying, because if I am at full HP, I deal more damage and I take more damage, but it doesn't really make sense for me to waste a heal in a moment like that. Okay, she's going for the heal. She's here, okay, now she's much more visible. Okay, she almost went healed. I had to hit her. Ariander is doing his thing, meanwhile. And I think that it's fair to say she has not necessarily a different moveset in this phase. She has different priorities. She will not dash at us nearly as often. She will, like, stand back and use mostly ranged attacks. And this is the Ariander. Yeah, we even got a stagger. And it's Frida. Barely able. Oh, Ember's fully... Okay, I didn't remember in this game Ember was going full HP. Okay, cool. Okay, I will not choke it this time. I show you how the fight is, now I will kill her. What the? I assure you I pressed dodge there. Yeah, I have to do dumb dodges, like spam dodges a lot more. But I'm conditioned by Elden Ring to never do it, basically. She's there. First attack. She's lost her, she's there. Okay, got lucky. I can't get the backstab properly. That is a thing that is like, you just have to be used to remembering when, where you have to hit her to backstab. Got a bad dodge. I also should get the ring that allows me to recover more HP with flasks, honestly. But yeah, as you can see, she's really aggressive. She has, like, area control attacks. I cannot press circle on the attack for some reason. I have to be more aggressive myself. Oh, okay. I ran out of stamina. Could have continued the combo that way. Except... Oof. Okay, should be dead now. I thought I would have beat her for more damage, I'll be honest. And she's dead? Okay, this is pretty dead. I played not that well the first tries, but that's okay. It's a cool fight though, it's really a cool fight. GG's. Another art evaluation, honestly. GG's. Another art evaluation, honestly. So let's talk about Frida a bit. Wait, I did give a ranking to the Grave Tender. So, let's talk about the evaluation, the Frida a bit. Because she's a weird boss fight. So I think if you just evaluate, like, phase 1 is great. So, by themselves, I think phase 1 is probably an a good A tier fight. Maybe even S A tier fight. Phase 2 is a B tier fight, like it's okay. It's a good working well working 2-on-1 fight. Phase 3, it would be an S tier fight easily. Easy S tier, if it was only phase 3. The problem, and what I find kind of annoying, is that you do have to do them back to back to back. So, how it happened, I lost to Frida twice, and I had to replay phase 1 and replay phase 2. Now, I can do phase 1 and phase 2 reliably, I can destroy phase 2 specifically, that I think a lot of people hate. And I gotta say, very cool that the first time you beat phase 2, you get a prize, you get the Titanite slab. So you beat phase 2, you're like, oh, I beat her. And then she goes back up. It's a super cool moment, actually. The first time you get here, you fight her, you beat her phase 2, and then, like, she comes back up. It's a huge revelation. Because no boss fight has 3 phases. So you're like, okay, I beat her, I'm cool, I did it finally. And Ariandel goes, like, a flame lighteth. And she fucks you up, probably. Presentation-wise, amazing. Incredibly good. That said, is the fact that you have repeat phase 1 and phase 2 enough to bring her down to A tier? Or is she still an S tier fight with some annoyances to it? Because I think everyone would agree either high S tier, high A tier, or S tier. I don't know if it's enough to bring her to S tier, honestly. We did punish those 3, the Nameless King, the Burnt Ivory King, and the Farm Legion. And we did bring them down, basically 1 rank, for this exact reason. But, I think chat is correct, because of her fit, S tier. Actually, I don't know, we could put her in best girl tier to, like, avoid the question, but I think she's either low S, high A tier. Everyone can have their own decision, but I think this S tier boss is... This boss should probably deserve the S tier evaluation. And I level up a bunch more. Best grill, yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know. Again, I could see someone being like, no, she is should definitely be like A tier. Now, oh yeah. I mean, it's either way. I can go from here. Let's go. It goes from the depth. The fight. Okay. So yeah, I think she deserves an S tier. I do have a friend in chat that is probably going to be incredibly angry because of my STR evaluation. Actually, I don't know if he's in chat. He watches sometimes. And might be extremely angry with the evaluation, but I don't really care. But yeah, it's a will fight though. I like it a lot. Now we are in the Ringed City. So my PC was lagging previously. It might crash here multiple times. No idea why. So there is an item there. That's so fun. An ember. And Drag Gift. Soul of Cinder. No. Soul of Cinder is going to be the very last fight. Or either last one or the one before Gael, but I think it's going to be the last one. Crush. Sorry. Okay. Now, yeah, here we can just run. Also, back in the day of like when I started making Dark Souls 3 videos, my PC basically my PC did not survive these areas. So I was recording and at 24 frames per second and probably dropping below that, going through here because my PC was not powerful enough. It was kind of a slug. Like this drag heap specifically. After in the fight it's okay. Let's do a fight in the city upcoming. I don't know if it's better than ONS. We'll see. Yeah, I was playing Dark Souls 3 PSP version. Yeah, basically. Okay, now here we just run. This is, I think, a homeward one. Yeah, the homeward one. Take the plunge, you won't die. Oh, there's a bonfire here. My specs now, I have a 3070 and a 5900X processor. 5900, yeah, 5900X. So, sorta last gen. And not so like the best one last gen, it was the 5950X. This is the 5900X. Definitely overkill for video games. In general, you don't need that good of a processor for video games. It depends on the game, I guess, but for video editing, it's useful. And like 16 gigs of RAM. I don't remember the other details, I'll be honest. But yeah. Get the pyro set. I could. It's a bit too risky. Oh, so was this area... Do you think they consider this area to be fun? Or did they just... Oh, that's definitely build up. So this area, I think, sucks badly. I know you can kill them. But like... kind of sucks. It's just like, run away. This area is inspired by Dark Souls 2, so they nailed it. Mao, actually true. Dark Souls 2 area. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Oh, this Prism Stones? I thought it was part of the Pyro set. So yeah, we have the Dark Souls 2 best enemies in the game. Oh, this is... yeah, the hood. What everyone thinks about when they think about the Pyro set. Love the area. Oh, I mean, the area is very cool, it's very open. It's just annoying to go through with these pseudo-angels alive. Also, I died too many times on that tree branch. Like, too many times. And I sometimes... here you can die while sitting at the bonfire. If they decide to give you the death build-up attack... yeah, look at it. Haha. You die at the bonfire. I find it so fun that you can die at the bonfire. The only place in Dark Souls where you feel like you're safe, you can die. Now that I think about it, I just used my bleed Grease. Let me go to Firelink Shrine. Can we buy the bleed, Grease? I think we can. Because this next boss is weak to bleed. Now the boss that Evisus tubercle is underrated. I don't love the Demon Prince. And it's technically a duo fight. Ashen one. It's technically a like duo fight with two phases. I don't know. It's. We'll talk about it. It's technically a double, like two different fights. If you want to be honest, so depending on which of the two demons you kill, you are going to have a different final fight. So like, I don't love it, but we'll see. You've replayed Dark Souls 3 and now Dark Souls 1 because of these streams. Why are you not replaying Dark Souls 2? I'm glad to hear that. I like that also the chat is reliving these these previous games. So, in case you don't know how this works, this is a duo fight, but it's a good one. Basically, there are two demons. They will swap with one being melee, one being ranged. Even though they are not perfectly synchronized, so at this very moment they are both melee, you just have to run away. When one turns off, and it's not a joke, like they actually turn off, like, look at him. Okay, it's lasting for longer than envisioned, so that one turned off. So now this one is melee, the other one is ranged. But the ranged attacks are pretty well telegraphed, so you can reasonably fight the one melee, and you can see and dodge the attacks from the one ranged. So this is like, okay, the attack is going to go up here, so try and dodge. Also, you can roll through them easily, like stand under them easily. But what is cool and will actually happen in a moment, that since they were both melee for so long, they are going to be, yeah, as you can see, now they are both ranged for a while. So we can like kill this one. Oh no, I was supposed to kill the other one first. Well, whatever. So now when one dies, the other one turns melee, but we have such a high damage output that we can kill them both quickly. Now, what is the problem and why am I complaining? Because the fight is not over at all. Now, the last one you killed will turn into a single enemy, and depending on which demon you killed, you are going to have a boss with different attacks. So I believe, and one is easier than the other one, and I think I killed the wrong one. I don't really remember. We'll see. We'll see if he does the laser or if he does the meteors. Also, I highly suggested to roll towards and under the boss here. Okay, this one he does, so is it laser or is it meteors? Okay, I killed the right one. Good. So this is a huge laser attack. But like, obviously it's a big opening. Oh yeah, I forgot. After he does the part of the laser attack, he blows up and he does more of the laser attack. And you can stagger him and deal him enough damage. I have no idea how I actually got that dodge, by the way. It's not an easy dodge, but it's a reasonably reliable dodge you can do. And he's pretty aggressive, like he's a pretty tough enemy, by the way. He can bleed, he's actually like very weak to bleed. And there is a bleed miracle that kills him easily. Ooh, easy. I mean, okay, I destroyed the Demon Prince. But this is... yeah. This is the easy version of the Demon Prince, though. But I deleted the Demon Prince from existence, honestly. I didn't expect this to go this easily. Yeah, finally weed in Dark Souls 3. And yes, this is supposed to be Dark Souls 1 Firelink Shrine. The overarching story of Dark Souls 3 is that the lands are coming together, so you find like all the locations, new locations. But they're like all merged close together. Now, let's talk about the demons. Okay, up to this point, you probably figured out I don't like multi-phase boss fights. This one is a bit different because technically you can decide to... Like, you can be like, okay, I take one out, so I have that version of the Demon Prince, I have the other version of the Demon Prince. Like, maybe you mess up, you kill the wrong one first, no matter, you will fight the other one later. But what can happen, and often happens for beginners, for people that don't use guides and stuff, it looks like the Demon Prince simply has like 50 different possible attacks, and you don't get why sometimes he does the laser attack, sometimes he summons meteors, sometimes, like, you don't get why he's doing either attack. You just think he has an impossibly big move pool, because you don't realize, okay, I have to take out one to get that attacks, I have to take out the other one to get the other attacks. That said, I think the fight is pretty good. I think it's interesting. I think it is the best executed duo fight in the series. It's actually a fight where it's meant to be one ranged, one melee, and I don't know how they messed that up, the Goldskin duo that badly in Elden Ring, but another thing. So I think it works as a great duo fight. Kind of annoying when they're both melee and you have to, like, just run away. But it is cool that after that happens, you know you will have a double ranged moment when you can mold them. So I think the Demon Prince is a good fight. Godskin 2 is better. You like Dark Souls 2? I think it's an A tier fight. I don't think it's S tier because duo, huge move pool, you don't really get what's happening. So I think it's an A tier. And I think it's top of A tier though. I think, like, presentation-wise, it's amazing. Like, getting inside the arena like that, maybe not as cool as the Ivory King, but still pretty cool. There are multiple enemies. Again, this... like this moment where you think you killed them because you killed both of them, and then one comes back up to life is very cool presentation-wise. So I think it's a good A-tier fight. Incredibly, also because I think it's probably the best big enemy fight in the game. Like, it's a huge enemy, it's a duo enemy and a huge enemy, and it still works very well. Like, fight-wise. So I think it's high A tier. I think it's a solid boss fight. Not the best in the series. Honestly, not the best in the series. But still pretty good boss fight, I would say. You take deep offense in implying that you Dark Souls 2 fans like the Godskin duo. Legal action will be taken. It wasn't. It was AI. I didn't say anything. If you see the clip around, somebody made me say it with an AI voice manipulator and face manipulator. Best arena, I think Midir's arena is cooler. I don't think the Midir's fight is better, but we'll get to the Midir fight later on. Let's unionize, dear brother. Yeah, I mean, I can be against Dark Souls 2, but I cannot be against the unionizing, so go for it. Giles is the best arena. Giles is also, like, very good. And they are all in this game. Also, wait. Are you aware that Midir's arena is the area in the trailer of Dark Souls 1 when the furtive pygmy has the Dark Soul in hand? Because if you don't know that, Midir's arena is a little less cool. But yeah, it's very good.
Ashen one.
Ashen one. Can we buy anything useful here? Poison resin. I can live without the poison resin. We'll buy those. Cares. Yeah. What? Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. Midir's Arena. If you look at Midir's Arena and you look at the Dark Souls 1 initial cutscene, where the furtive pygmy holds up the Dark Soul, it's the same space location. That's actually fair. That's why I think Midir's Arena is the coolest one. More because of a detail, but also, so if you don't know this area, this looks like a gimmick. This looks like you are missing some item to be able to get through here. And if you have the specific item, you can actually proceed in the game. But no, this is actually how it's supposed to go. You go from hiding location to hiding location. I almost missed the dodge. Definitely. Okay. Ah, somebody forgot about the furtive pygmy. I don't remember what this one gives. And it's a crime punishable by death. Yeah, the archers are very annoying. Like, I did it very easily. But those archers are actually, like, incredibly frustrating. And you can take out the guy, by the way. But yeah. Now, we have to run around a bit. Like, you can talk to this guy. We have to run around a bit. This is the Ringed City. This is very cool, very important place. And yeah, the reason why Dark Souls 3 DLCs are regarded like as very good, and also why people have high expectations for Elden Ring DLC, is because this DLC is downright amazing. Like, it's... I think it's perfect. I think it's the textbook definition of how to make a DLC. It's long. All the boss fights here are very good. It's late game content, with the idea of you enjoyed the base game, now I will give you a... Like, you finish the game, this is what to do after you finish the game. So, like, are there enemies, are there areas? So I think it's, like, textbook definition of how to make an compelling DLC. We'll see for Elden Ring, but honestly, I have enough faith in them for Elden Ring. But yeah. Dragon Slayer armor is picked fashion and it comes from here. I mean, wait, Dragon Slayer armor comes from here? I thought it was... Oh, sorry, yeah, the armor... yeah. I was thinking of Ornstein's armor. I might die. I mean, close. Okay. And... so yeah, I think this DLC is great. We'll see what they do with the Elden Ring DLC. I believe we won't hear anything about the Elden Ring DLC up until probably like after how is it called, Armored Core releases. I don't think they want to talk about the DLC before Armored Core releases. Maybe, I don't know, like mid-September they're like, hey, DLC, Shadow of the Earth 3. Even though, like, we know nothing about the DLC, so who knows what they're preparing for, how high of expectations they think people have. Because, I don't know. But yeah, high expectations with the DLC. Now, this area is kind of scary. And in case you care, there is another fight with the Dragon Slayer armor down there. Without the butterflies. It doesn't have an HP boss bar, so we are not going to fight it and put it in the blue demon tier. It's like a mini boss, but it's like okay. It's a okay inclusion of a mini boss. It's like, okay, you already fought it, maybe you wanted to fight it without the butterflies around, you can. But yeah. You hope we get a trailer at the Game Awards. Yeah, I honestly, I hoped we would get a trailer at the Summer Game Fest, and we didn't. But yeah, I would love for a Game Awards trailer, to be honest. Think we... You think we'll know something when it's basically ready to ship? I think you are probably correct, yes. I don't think they will say much before it releases. So yeah, I think you're probably correct. And dodge. Oh, that's the fire. You can also dodge it on the way there, and it's easier because you see him coming. But if you dodge it like this, you're cooler. So, DLC but have a good fashion. You're pretty disappointed with the fashion in the base game. Oh, really? I don't know. I loved Elden Ring in every aspect, basically. Do I know I have to go up then fall down? Okay. I loved Elden Ring in every aspect of the game. I think it's like definitely my favorite FromSoft game. Like by far. Actually by far. So I think I have to fall here, then go... Oh yeah, I just had to go back at the beginning, I guess. Then we fall. Yeah, for a second I forgot where I was supposed to go, but... Then here. And then we should be good. By going inside here. Nope. By going inside here. Yeah, okay. You love Elden Ring fashion? Game Awards is the best event to have the trailer. Big event in a couple of months after Armor 6 release. Agreed. Yeah, agreed. It would be good. It depends, honestly. I agree. It depends, though, how ready they are with the game and when they want to release the game. Because, like, if the DLC won't be ready up until August next year, I don't think they will reveal it in the Game Award. So now this mid-year, I will consider this as part of the mid-year fight because you do have to do it in order to be able to unlock mid-year. But we will do it before fighting mid-year. So for now, we just get out, we come back here, we fight him later. There you go. Was then release a Sekiro DLC next, Mao. So we will fight mid-year later, and we will consider that part of the boss fight, because it is part of the boss fight. Like, it's a action you are forced to do in order to be able to fight the boss. So, it's part of the boss fight. What is the elevator? Okay. I don't know. So we'll... No patches? Is there patches there? No, I didn't even talk to patches. Are we in Dark Souls 2? Are we in Dark Souls 2? That I'm still invaded from the, like, 2 areas ago? So I cannot go around and sit at bonfires? That is unfair to Dark Souls 2. Even though Dark Souls 2 does it a lot. Yeah, the Morning Night, but I thought after you get past mid-year, the Morning Night goes away. Apparently, it does not. But yeah, so we'll go and fight the boss. Like, who cares? Should be able to do it even with like 6 years. No. Let's think about the boss fight. So, yeah, we'll see if they give a DLC for us at the Game Awards. I would love it. I would love for like DLC at the Game Awards game release. Like, I misclicked. Game release like December. But I think they will probably at this point release the DLC like April next year, maybe. Like, we know nothing. I don't know. We'll see. They might even say at 5th of September, yo guys, DLC 5th of November. So now, this is Half-Light. So, you can do 2 things. You can wait for this guy to finish its speech, and it's incredibly boring and annoying. or you can go to him, kill him, and Alfred spawns quicker. It's kind of dumb to do. Plus, you can stand, I believe, here to backstab the summon guys. So yeah, he does his speech, and he summons the Guardians of the Painting. Okay, I didn't get the backstab. Now, after a couple of seconds, like after some time, Alfred will spawn. So ideally, you want to be quick and take out the Guardians. Now, why do the Guardians spawn this slowly? And why is the beginning of the fight this slow? Because this fight, technically, is an online fight. So, if you're online here, and there's like a player that does it, a player will invade your world and you will actually fight against a player and the Painting Guardians against Half-Light. Now, there's another Guardian being summoned. We do want to take out the Guardians because the Guardians can use a Healing Miracle. That's a long combo. Can use a Healing Miracle. So you need to take them out. While big man over there like bothers you. Yeah, the problem is that yeah, their Healing Miracle is pretty quick. And it does heal Half-Light too. Okay. Now no more Painting Guardians, we just have to take out Big Ben. And he can parry you, like he acts like an NPC. That is not a good thing. He will keep on trying to roll attacks, he's very annoying. Like that is like unique attacks he has. But he's very annoying. Like if you have any kind of ranged attack or weapon, he basically will automatically dodge all the attacks you make. Regardless, like impossible to hit him. Or almost impossible. Like you need to have like a bow with a quick cast after a roll. So that maybe hits him sometimes. But yeah, he's very annoying. Yeah, he parries. Not that much damage. Oh, I have no more flasks. That's, I mean, to be fair, yes, it can be a player summon. And a fun one. There are a bunch of, like, videos of people doing crazy stuff. Like, incredibly annoying builds. To mess with players. And this one, like, actually works. To play online. It's actually working online fight. Incredible for this game. Like, unheard of, basically. But we will evaluate, I believe, the base fight. Like, the normal fight, basically. Without any other stuff. So, let's evaluate the fight. Now. Let's think about it a bit. So. Okay, so say you're playing offline. This is incredibly annoying because there's a bit of a run back to the boss. But the annoying part is that it takes a minute, kind of a minute, to get inside Alfred's fight. By the time you go down the elevator, get to the mist wall, get in, wait for the speech. Like, they could have just seen, are you playing offline? Yes. Then let's just spawn the Guardian when you get in. I hate that it takes so long. Even if, like, I was offline. It's not like the game didn't find anyone to invade me. The game is set to be offline. Still takes 30 seconds for the Judicator Argo to make its speech. That is incredibly annoying to me. And it's a very annoying fight. Now, it went decently. But if you can't take out the Guardians quickly, or if you're using any non-conventional attack weapon, or you're trying to have fun with like sorceries or bows, you basically cannot hit Half-Light. He's so unbelievably annoying. He will roll and dodge every attack you make. To avoid that, yes, I guess you could go online, but yeah, cool gimmick if you're online. weird and unsatisfying otherwise. Yeah, I think that is basically Half-Light. I think he's not a good boss fight. I think he's slightly... And he's the parry god. Oh yeah, sorry. Also, if he decides to parry you, he parries you. It's not like you can do something about it. So I think Half-Light deserves probably... Is he better than the Guardian? I think he's better than the Guardian Dragon. Like, they kind of suffer the same problems. I think he's D tier. I think he's similar to the Butterfly, basically. But a bit harder, a bit more annoying. So he's below the Butterfly. For sure. I think he's like... on par with this one, the Frog. I think he's on par with the Frog, kind of. The Dragon Riders are there because of the Stray Demon, are there because of different reasons. I think it's annoying. Even though, like, he's not super low D tier because, yes, technically you can go online and fight a player. Like, the online fight is actually pretty fun. You can choose him in a pretty disgusting way. Great bow, weapon out with exploding arrows, shoot them next to his feet. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Also, that weapon art specifically is very broken. You can shoot the arrow through boss fogs and mists and hit the boss behind the mist. So I think he's mid-low D tier. Like a bad fight overall. Do you have the Undead Legion set? Can't you just buy the Undead Legion set from the vendor? I don't know. Endurance is okay. Now we do have to fight. Oh, just the big three remaining, right? Am I forgetting someone? Wait, am I forgetting someone? Let me go and see the tier list. Okay, so yeah, it's just 3 bosses left. 3 bosses left. So, first of all, we do have to unlock Midir's fight. There is a specific thing you have to do. You are forced to do this first fight against Midir to unlock Midir's fight. So I think it's fair to consider this part of the fight as Midir's fight. Basically, how you do this fight? You wait for him to burn you there, then he will try to burn you under the rock. When he does that, you hit him a bunch, then you stand here again, he'll try to burn us here, go behind the rock. Wait here until the flames disappear. Now he will try to hit us behind the rock, you go back here. This basically loops his AI. You could do the fights in other ways, but it's just bad. This part of the fight is incredibly bad. It's incredibly, like, repetitive, even if you don't do it like this. You keep on dying because, like, you hit him, he lets you fall down the cliff because of some attack. His weak spot is the nose, like the head. It's very hard to actually hit his head. So, but yeah, this is removing grades from Midir's fight. Like, I could show you how it is if you stand here, but it's like most of his attacks are just sprouting fire out, so... You don't think it's fair other fights in the game have prerequisites to unlock them once? So yeah, you're saying, I mean, other fights you also have to do stuff to unlock them, and this one... oh yeah, now he gets angry because... So you're saying, yeah, you just have to do it once. Okay, I see your point. That, like, you only have to do it once. So... Oh, I missed the... using fire on the other side of the arena. Am I dead? Easily survived it. I see your point. I mean, you have to do it once, but like, it's so annoying to do, though. Like, yes, I get it. It's true you have to do it only once. And it's not really part of the fight. But it's so annoying to do that it's like... To me, it's like a very bad run to a boss fight. I guess... Okay, so let's put it like this. If there was a boss that is very annoying to get to. Like, very annoying to get to. But there is a bonfire before the boss. Should it be considered? So, like, the way to unlock the Dark Lurker boss fight. Should it be considered that it's so annoying to unlock the Dark Lurker? Or should it just be... Like... Have I considered Vendrick as part of Aldia? I mean, Aldia is the lowest D tier boss. But no, because, I mean, Vendrick is kind of its own boss. I think it's more akin to... Would you consider... like, the Dark Lurker questline? Would you consider the Dark Lurker questline as something to give a negative grade to the Dark Lurker? Because it's very annoying to do the questline. I think that is probably fair. Did I consider... I don't think I'd considered Dark Lurker questline previously. Okay. The fact that you have to kill the enemies every time to fight him, I did consider. The actual Dark Lurker part, probably not. Is Ancient Wyver... Okay, no, that's not fair. Like, the Ancient Wyver is its own boss. So, like, do you want to go in the area before the Nameless King? You have to kill the Ancient Wyvern. This is only for Midir. Like, you can ignore Midir. You can go past Midir, ignore Midir, don't talk about Midir. Fight the rest of the DLC. But I see your point. Yeah, you might be right, actually, that we shouldn't. Also, I'm going to use the Dragon Slayer armor. Because it's called the Dragon Slayer armor. Oh, wait, can I not get below 70? Okay. I have the skirt Dragon Slayer armor. I think the question should be considered. Okay, now that I think about it, yes, I did not consider the quest for the Dark Lurker, so I'll take it back. We will not consider that first part for the evaluation of Midir. Like maybe, but like very, very slightly. So this is Midir. The first time you get in, I can't show you a fun stuff, but maybe I will do it later. But the first time he actually has to wake up. So how this fight works? I missed. How this fight works? Okay, he just runs at us. Like the first time we get in. So he's very big. The arena is very big. And by the way, he was not trying to hit me. That is a pre-scripted. Like, he always does that whole sequence in the same direction regardless of where the player is. So basically, the way to fight him is... Lord Peter. Is to stay very close to him. Sorry, like, close in front of him. Then he will try to hit us. And at the end of every... Like, each one of his attacks, sequences, he puts his head down. And you can hit the head. Does it make sense? Not really. Like, if you're thinking about the fight, why would he put his head down? I'm not really sure. But that's how the fight works. So, if you try to hit his claws or other parts of his body, you are going to deal close to no damage, or like the tail and stuff, you deal basically no damage. Ooh, I got it. But he's very cool looking. Gotta admit, he's very cool looking. So you basically need to fight in front of him. If you don't know that you have to fight in front of him, it's annoying. I did again. Now, as you can see, he did has his slight problem. Where he doesn't feel like playing Dark Souls. So he can decide to never attack. He can decide to just like fly back, fly up in the air, do stuff. So sometimes you don't get to play the game. so we are clear. Like, now he's being more active than average. Usually he just, like, flies away. A little more. And still, it kind of breaks some of the core concepts of the game. It kind of breaks some of the core concepts of the game, because you're not, like, trading it. You're just full dodge mode. This is, yeah. Now, you are fully dodging now. And then you're full hitting when he puts his head down. It's not like he can do something different. If he puts his head down, he puts his head down and doesn't do anything else. Like it. Now it's just, now you can only dodge. You cannot punish him. You cannot hit him. And now you can only hit. It's not like he catches you, tricks you, and does stuff. For some reason, the focus on him does not work here. Like, it keeps on breaking, like, super often. Like, just so we're clear, I never removed the lock on the fight. The lock removes by itself. So, yeah. Don't grab me. So here, the lock removed by itself. I did not remove it. Okay, so this is phase 2. Blows up. He attacks us. Yeah, usually attacks us. Now he has a couple more attacks, and his lightning breath attack, like laser breath attack, becomes comically long. His new attacks are mostly ranged though, so it's not like that bad. You want to be in front of him regardless. So yeah, he does his attack a lot. You have to run at a diagonal to be able to do it. Also, his charge attack now becomes... it's a grab again. His charge attack now... I completely missed it. Becomes twice as long. So instead of charging once, he charges from one side to the arena, then charges back from the other side of the arena. And it's like 15-20 seconds you just stand still in place. It will not hit you. So this is the attack. So we are here. I can sit down. He's going to do it back, but it's not like you can chase him. It's not like you're fast enough to get to him. And then turns back at the end. Like, yeah, I had to dodge a bunch here, but... Oh, already? Yeah, there is a scripted stagger when you bring him to about... Not really scripted, that if you only hit the head, he goes to about... Like, you can always stagger him at about a quarter to 10% HP. And he usually dies when you stagger him. It didn't happen in this case, because, I don't know, could have hit him a bit more. Now, I'm considering dying. I'm considering the boss fight done. Okay, so he's alive. Oh, I killed him. Okay, I didn't want to kill him. I wanted to show you one more thing, but that's okay. I accidentally killed me there. Whatever. So, if when the fight begins, you fall down from the arena. The first time you get in, he's the first time you get in, he charges at, like, he's sleeping, you get close, he charges at you. Every following time, he just charges at you, and it's super fun, because when you fall down, if you just sit in place, after you fall down, he does the charge attack, and it completely whips you. So, the correct way to begin the fight is you jump in and you sit still for 20 seconds waiting for him to end his charge. Let's evaluate me there. Now, you heard me talking about Midir during the fight. But, so, if you know how to fight him, and that is how I shown the fight, it's okay. If you know how to fight him, it's okay. you have to stand in front of him basically at all times, and it's not a super intuitive thing. Like, he's so big at the beginning, you don't really get why you're not dealing damage. You have to actually know that the only way to fight is to be in front of his nose. Actually, you have seen me deal sometimes going up on his back legs and sprouting fire on his legs effectively. He did that because I got slightly over his head, and if he sees you that you are after his head, he goes up and shoots down fire. But I don't think it's very intuitive for a new player. Like, he's huge. I think you feel like you have to hit his claws or his legs, and you just deal a few damage. If you know how to fight him, it's better. Now, his attack combos and sequences are good, well telegraphed, easy to understand, I would say. Like, it's kind of intuitive. You have to get the timing, but he goes back, he opens his mouth, he shouts. You know he's going to bite you. You just have to understand when he's going to bite you and when you can dodge. But that is learning a fight. That is not like a bad thing. Like, his combos, attacks, his sequences are okay. My problem with Midir basically, the presentation is downright awesome. It's fantastic. The arena is the arena where the furtive pygmy gets the Dark Soul in the original Dark Souls 1 opening scene. He looks incredibly good. His laser attacks look incredibly good. Like, presentation wise is top notch. Is fantastic. My problems reside with how his AI works and the fact that he has many attacks that basically force you to wait. First of all, you can't really trade damage. You can't really trade damage with him in phase like when you're fighting. It's not like you're trading damage. You are either always rolling, either always hitting, and then. Like, if this time I got lucky, if he decides to just run around the arena forwards and backwards, you can't do anything about it. And an attack is triggered by you being in front of him. It's not like, okay, you get punished with an annoying attack because you were under his body. No. If he decides to just spam the run or spam the flight, you just waste time. You can't do anything about it. You just waste time. That said, if you know how to fight, is decent. So, this is the biggest problem. Most of the community, and also of the people in chat, consider him to be one of the best fights in the game. Like, Midir just seems like only one build works for him, which is melee. Okay, so... regarding that, yes and no. You can delete him with lightnings, with miracles, because we have lightning. And you kind of have... the problem with melee is that, yeah, the best way to fight Midir with, like, pyromancies is use a melee pyromancy, like Great Combustion, and just dodge and hit him in the face. But sorceries fly a little more straight, so you can use sorceries to hit his snout. But yes, you fight him melee the same way you would fight him ranged. So, and yeah, also it takes basically no magic damage, I believe. And also, wait, no, I think it takes like no dark damage, some magic damage. Pestilent Mist is very annoying. I think did I beat him in my sorcery only run? Or did I not? I will have to check. I actually don't remember. I don't think I beat him in the sorcery only run. I did beat him in the miracles only, and I did beat him in the bow only run. But so yeah, it kind of forces you in a single playstyle, and is kind of a nuisance to beat with sorceries specifically. Miracles and pyromancies work okay. Obviously, the problem is he has a huge health pool, and in this game you use focus to cast. So if you're using like pyromancies or sorceries, you will probably get into the fight with like 4 healing flasks and like 8 cinder flasks to use focus, because like you will run out of spells to cast by the end of the fight. Yeah, he has 20 HP. But it's okay. That said, the problem is most of the community considers him to be like best of the best fight, like a S tier fight easily. I don't think he's S tier at all because he has way too many problems. He's way too annoying. That said, so basically, yeah, that's the community considers him to be like a 10 out of 10. I think he's like a 8.5 out of 10. But if you see them like this, so like somebody could say, so there's a big difference between me and the community, but I still think it's a decent fight. I still don't think it's an incredible fight. So I don't think it's S tier at all. I don't think he's S tier at all. I think he has way too many problems to be S tier. Now, is he A tier or is he B tier? I think mechanically speaking, he's annoying. He's close to being a high B tier fight for me. Is he better than Calamit? No, I think Calamit is better. So yeah, I think. Yeah, how does he compare to Calamit? I think Calamit is a better fight. I think Calamit is a more like there's less downtime with Calamit. It's more iconic. I don't know. Also, Calamit came out like 4 years before, 5 years before. Yeah, Calamit doesn't telegraph the attacks very well. That is true. But I feel like if you have no idea how to play the game properly, let's say like like efficiently, you can still beat Calamit and it's going to be an awesome fight. You are going to have fun. So like a new player or not an experienced player or just one that wants to have fun, I think you can beat Calamit kind of easily. Not easily. It's a super tough fight, but you can beat Calamit. You can still beat Calamit if you have no idea when to hit, where to attack, what to do. You learn Calamit. Midir forces you to play the way you have to fight Midir. So, Midir, you have to fight against Midir. Calamit, you can play the game and have fun. That is my biggest problem. So, I think he's low A, high B. But I do have to give credit to the presentation. I think that presentation-wise is one of the coolest bosses of all time. Like, it's incredibly cool. Incredibly cool. So I think it's going to be A tier. Just because it's cool. And to get a little less hate in the comments of the video. But yes, I think he's... if you're just talking mechanics, I think he's like... high B. Or I could put him in B to get 8 comments and boost the algorithm. So, yeah. Also, okay, so did we review Midir? Cool. Now we can. Okay, we reviewed Midir. Now we can proceed to... okay, no, I think it's low A tier. I would like to put him in trash tier, though. Yeah, okay, you went through the sorcery only. Doesn't seem I beat any DLC. Okay, yeah, I think I did Pyromancy and Sorcery, no DLC. Lightning and bows and weapon arts maybe with the DLC. Did I make a weapon arts? Yeah, I think I did a weapon arts only. Let's level up a bit more. Okay, now do we want to fight Guile first? Or the Soul of Cinder first?
Then take no.
I don't know if you want to do Guile or Soul of Cinder first. Guile then Soul. Guile first. Soul. It's debated. Which one do I consider the final boss? Yeah, that is basically the question. Another vote for Guile. Guile first. Okay, let's go for Guile. Yeah, Guile is the last boss of all times, lore-wise. Yeah, that is true. I also consider Guile to be basically the last boss. You vote for Soul of Cinder. I don't know. For now, let's just unlock the bomb first. I consider Guile to be the final boss. He basically... To me, Guile is Dark Souls. To me, Guile is the... Basically represents what Dark Souls is. But yeah, I think the final boss is probably Guile. So it's cool because, like, Guile is the latest thing that wants to consume the soul while the world is dying. The Soul of Cinder is all the lords in the past that sealed the fire, basically. So it's like... Which one is the final one? Oh wait, can I... 71... Okay. Yeah, for you, the Soul of Cinder is the final boss of Dark Souls 3, and Guile is the final boss of the entire series. Yeah, that is probably the best way to put it. Yeah, I do agree. That said, I mean, it's the final boss of the series, though. Nah, I will do Guile first, just because if I do the Soul of Cinder first, I think people will skip, they will jump the video. No. I don't know. Do I have a coin to flip? Do I have a dice to roll? I don't have either dice or coins. Let's do the Soul of Cinder. Let's do the Soul of Cinder and let's do Guile as the actual final boss of the series. Okay. I can roll dice in... I can also flip coin in Google, but... Come on, let's do the Soul of Cinder first, and then we'll close off with Guile. Guile. And do we have a Grease? And here we have the Soul of Cinder. Cool fight, actually. Oh no, sorry, Plim Plim Plon is in phase 2. I was shutting up to let you hear the Plim Plim Plon. Oh yeah, that attack you just have to like roll 8 times in a row. It looks like a roll catch, but you can actually like just roll it. I have to remember that the Soul of Cinder is not an NPC-like enemy. Okay, sorcery style. That dealt no damage. It's a dodge. That's not a dodge. That deals no damage. Okay, that's phase 1. That is phase 1. Now it has a phase 2. I don't love the fact that it has a phase 2. In case you don't know how this fight works, the Soul of Cinder, oh, that's the combo, can switch between many forms that are like the playstyles of the game, basically. So it can be like sword style, it can have pyromancies and fast attacks, it can have like sorceries, miracles. So it basically has different playstyles. I almost died. And they switch between those different playstyles. You got punched? It's a hard fight to heal in, I gotta say. Come on, I got the full undiminished hit of the final damage of the final hit of the combo. And in phase 2... Wait, in phase 2 I think it does everything. Oh, it's this one. Wait, in phase 2, does it have all the hits together, the styles together or no? But yes. And this is the Soul of Cinder. It's supposed to be like the players that beat the game throughout the years and that became lords throughout the years. So yeah. No, yeah, sorry. And phase 2 is basically Gwyn. I'll sit at the bonfire, then we can evaluate the Soul of Cinder. Plim, plim, plong. I'm thinking about it. Now, the Soul and the Cinder. So, phase 1 is... So, okay, I don't like boss fights with more phases. I love this boss fight, though. It has... Yes, it has more phases. That's true. But when it... Basically, you start to learn which moveset it's going to have, and if you just consider all the moves this boss has, I think it's the boss with the highest amount of attacks in the whole game. But since it changes into different, like, in different styles, it has some attacks per style, and you learn that against, like, the sorcery style, you have to be super aggressive. You learn that against the pyromancy style, you have to be kind of keep your distance, and you learn that against the miracle style with the halberd, you just have to run away. So I think the fight is very good. Yes, it has 2 phases, but it's also super cool because, like, phase 2, you think you killed it, it goes back alive, it shoots you back in time with the Gwyn soundtrack. It fights exactly like Gwyn did. So I think it's an amazing fight presentation-wise. It's an amazing fight gameplay-wise. I don't love the 2 phases, but I think it deserves its spot in S tier. Maybe not above Manus, because it does have... Maybe not above Manus, because it does have 2 phases. It kind of gets annoying if you die against phase 1 many times. And but I think it deserves the spot at the top of S tier. Like, it's an amazing boss fight. It's very, very good. And I think it also kind of sets the foundation for how they designed boss fights in Elden Ring. The only problem with the Soul of Cinder is that you can't fight the boss properly in phase 2 with all your tears. Yeah. So I think it's actually very, very good. Now, do we have to give her the eyes to have that ending? To have the summoner ending, do we need to give her the eyes? Or do we not? I think we do. Also, in case you didn't know, the way to get back these eyes to the from the Firekeeper, if you gave them to her, you can kill her, she respawns, and she drops down the eyes. That's cool. And now we have to fight Guile. Bets in chat regarding if I will be able to first try Guile. I don't know. I think it's possible. I think I could. And I would feel particularly cool if I actually managed to. And by the way, I would like to not be embered in this fight, because I would like to use an ember after phase 1. But we'll see. Eleanor. 50 kwanzas. And I'd have to remember to not skip the cutscene, because I want to hear the line. And cutscene. Okay. Guile is easier than Midir? I don't think that Guile is easier than Midir. I think Guile is harder. Come on, say your thing, Guile. I remember this cutscene to be faster. I guess it sets the tone, but I remember it to be faster. Guile is easier if you want to use sorceries. Oh, true. Also, I think he's the only boss in the series that when changes phases, he changes resistances. Like, becomes resistant to dark after phase 2.
Still here. Hand it over, that thing, your dark soul.
He said the line!
My ladies.
He said the line! Damage is okay. Oh. That's a unnecessary heal, but I do deal more damage at full HP. Oh, that's a combo. Okay. So this is phase 1. He's like, he fights actually like a madman in phase 1. That attack is a grab basically, but... And now he's like one hit, so basically after a third of HP he changes phase. This first phase change as a cutscene, and he will change fighting style. So this is Guile now. And I like to use an Ember here, because it's cool. I don't even know if he can bleed, but... So he has more attacks. Actually, no. Now he's basically a different boss fight. Like, he completely changes fighting style. And also he's literally got from Belver. And his hood does deal damage. Not like insane damage, but it does deal some damage. Now I think the next phase transition is an explosion, so he will run away. Does. And now this ghost around, the lightning strikes down. It's hard. Like, you have to be actually very unlucky to get hit by a random lightning previously. Now the lightnings follow his path. So it happens. Good dodge. You can run away to them, it's more... yeah, souls. You can run away to heal. He is aggressive. He's not like oppressively aggressive though. Oh, okay. Almost. Okay, got hit there because I was scared of the lightning. So yeah, you can see the lightning where it's going to strike basically. And the hood, like the mantle dealing damage, the cape dealing damage, annoying. But at least it does not deal a lot of damage. Oh, I forgot about that attack. Oh no. Not punished though. Okay. No more heals. As is tradition. Oh. Didn't do a follow. And when I said no more heals, I mean that I will cheat and I will use a divine blessing to go for HP. Because I like cheating. And this guy... Ooh! First try. With a blessing, but I didn't get it after the blessing. And this is Slave Knight Guile. I don't actually know if I talked during the fight. I don't know if I said anything meaningful during the fight. Because I was too captured into the fight. I don't know, let's talk about Guile. Also, 30 hours. It's dawning on me that I will have to edit 30 hours of footage. But, yeah. Let's get to the review. Hey, you lost your Kwanzas. So, Slave Knight Guile. Alone now in this bosses to review area. So, presentation is fantastic. Okay, first of all, he says Dark Souls. That already is like 2 tiers above where I would put him. Then, he is actually... So, Guile. It's a weird fight. So, the presentation is fantastic. The arena is huge and you can kind of go around it and you have to base how you're fighting based on where you are in the arena. He looks cool. He changes playstyle from phase 1 to phase 2 between like going up from a madman to a actually like proper fighter. And in phase 3, it fits with the fact that you're close, you're anxious, you're towards the end of the fight, and now lightning strikes, you have to be careful. Souls around, his capes makes it hard to see his attacks, but you can still almost always see them, and you do have to dodge the cape. So, negatives of this fight, I don't know. I don't think this fight has negative stuff. If not, you don't like that there's a phase transition and you don't want to do phase 1 more times, but I don't care. It's the same health bar, so for me it's okay. It's a hard fight to do with spells, sorceries, crossbows and stuff, but it's still very doable because many times he dashes away, you can get a hit in, then you dodge, it's another hit, so it's actually a very fair fight. Very fair fight. Yeah, way too spongy for the build you were playing. That is true. He is a spongy boss fight. He has a lot of HP, but I think it's still a very entertaining fight. Like, I never feel against Guile like I'm getting bored because I can easily dodge everything he does. I just have to spend 8 minutes hitting him and dodging obvious attacks. I think it's okay. Yeah, his projectiles are annoying, but you can outrun them. I think it's very intense, you never get bored, you're always there, you're always fighting, you're always either thinking, how much stamina do I have? Can I get a hit in? Do I need to dodge away from him or towards him? And it changes based on the attack. And what is he doing? Even when he's far away, he is super intense, he's super cool fight. And he's not like insanely aggressive and oppressively aggressive. Is just a very cool fight. So for these reasons, I think Guile takes the cake as the absolute best fight in Dark Souls 3. At the 30-hour mark, we did it. We completed the series. Guile, I think, is the best one in the series. I will be honest, I prefer Guile to every boss fight in Elden Ring, too. I think, yeah, just behind the Covetous Demon. I think Guile is the best, even best than Elden Ring. I hope in Elden Ring we will have a boss better than Guile, because I love these games. So I want a boss better than Guile. But I do strongly believe Guile is amazing and no reason to put him any tier above the next tier. Maybe you can be like, oh, but I like Manus more, so maybe... Still, it's okay, you can put Manus above Guile, I don't care about that. I think Guile is the best one, I think he's easiest tier, and I think we actually got a pretty decent curve with the bosses here. Like, it kind of makes sense looking at the bosses. I think it's very cool, and it's dawning on me that this was like 30 hours of gameplay. I will have to look through 30 hours of footage to make this video. But hopefully I will be able to make it before like Armored Core comes out. But yes, so I think this fight is incredibly good. I want to remind you, we do have a Discord in case you want to join it. It's free for everyone to join for now. The link is in the description. It might change in the future. Maybe it will become like members only in the future. I still don't know. For now, you can join. Regarding the next streams, now obviously I will have to edit this video, and I also have to edit the Elden Ring no HUD video for like the past month and a half. That said, so I hope to be able to make some streams before Armored Core comes out, but I will also probably go. I will probably go have go on vacation like 2 or 3 days next week or the week after that, like just before Armored Core comes out. So I can't assure I will do another stream before Armored Core comes out. It's 2 weeks. I don't know. That said, maybe I will. I usually keep updated people in the Discord. There's a stream update category that is specifically for me to say, yo, stream today, yo, no, not stream today. So it's basically there because of I'm usually flake. But doing this challenge, doing this list was very, very fun. Actually, I liked it a lot. I hope you liked it too. I hope you had fun. And thanks for watching the streams. Also, yeah, is there someone like in this this list that you think? Is there someone in this list that you think should not be there? Oh, end the game. You're right. I forgot to end the game. Yeah, let's end the game. Sorry, I got distracted. I wanted to end the game. I'll give you the ending. My favorite ending. I'll say the closing remarks with the ending going. My streams very easy SDR. Thank you. Also, wait, how much time did it take? 6 hours and 24 minutes to beat the game, and I was never pausing the game when I reviewed it, so like 6 hours and a half to beat the whole game with DLCs and having reviews, like tier list them. That's pretty good. Now, we can have the Summon Firekeeper ending. You'd say that some of the Dark Souls 2 bosses were misjudged, but I do me. I don't know how to say this sentence. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Kill! No harm waifu. Kill! Don't step on her. No harm. Dark Souls endings tier list when? So yeah, this is the ending. Give me a second. Give me a second. Francis, why are you not talking through the ending? Maybe because the ending hasn't started yet. I mean, we summon her. But I think I don't like about the game
The first flame quickly fades.
is that in this game you have to go to where to level up. You cannot level up at a bonfire, whereas you can do that in Elden Ring. And I like a lot that you can do it in Elden Ring. Actually, I think it's very cool that you can level up by yourself in Elden Ring.
Tiny flames.
So I think there is one last thing we need to do to end the series,
Like embers
and we need, and it is
sparks.
to have the best ending of the game. If I kill her, you will break pasta. I don't negotiate with terrorists. Wait for it. Ah, and this is the ending of the game. I hope you had fun with the stream. I hope you liked it. I hope you had fun with the stream. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the best ending the game has. Not actually best ending. And don't break too much pasta. But I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Accursed undead, unfit
And yes,
even to be
hope you had
seen.
fun, hope you liked it. I will see you again. I don't know. As I said, maybe just before Armored Core comes. Maybe the week before Armored Core comes out. Maybe with Armored Core. And I will stream Armored Core. That is for sure. So I'll see you there. This is the ending. It's actually very short because we stabbed the girl. And I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice remainder of the day. And oh god, I do have to now record, like, edit 30 hours of footage. Bye. Ciao, ciao.